Jumping right into it, Samurai Jack is a story of perseverance. Jack is trained from a young age to become a warrior and defeat a demon, Aku. His family and home is immediately under attack by Aku once he's released, and they send Jack off to be trained around the world in different fighting styles and techniques. Now, the key to defeating Aku is this sword that Jack was passed down from his father. So when Jack returns from his journey, he claims the sword and sets off to fight Aku and free his family from his imprisonment. As Jack gets ready to beat Aku, he sends Jack to the future, thus starting the series. Jack is placed through various challenges and obstacles to reach Aku, some because of Aku himself or circumstances that Jack finds himself in. But one thing that is constant throughout the show, and it's Jack's determination to defeat Aku and save his family and home. One of the episodes that really stuck with me was Jack and the Traveling Creatures. And in this episode, Jack is looking for a time travel portal. Jack hits a roadblock really early in the episode where he's having trouble crossing this large body of water to get to an island. This water is enchanted, where if your feet can't touch the ground, the water will pull you under. So Jack has no means of crossing over. But before he leaves, he sees this group of people getting ready to cross the water. But they use this chant to call out this ancient sea creature who's able to take them across. Jack is able to join them in crossing over, and the people tell Jack that the creature is very wise and almost revered like a deity. So then Jack asks the creature if he's aware of the portal that he's searching for. The creature kind of reluctantly tells Jack that he is, and eventually asks Jack to come with him. One thing that the sea creature noticed was Jack's sword. With him noticing that sword, it allowed him to trust where Jack was coming from, possibly see that he could be this chosen one. So, in setting off to the journey with Jack, the sea creature eventually hands him off to a land creature where Jack is essentially put through some series of tests to kind of prove himself as if, he really is, that guy, the chosen one. And then the last creature that Jack eventually encounters is this sky creature, kind of like dragon-esque, where this is his final stop, and this creature takes him to where this portal is. And this portal, where the sky dragon essentially takes Jack, is like this graveyard. And this graveyard is filled with, a lot of fallen warriors, different sizes. And Jack is making his way through the graveyard to try to find the portal. And once he does, he sees someone standing in front of it. This is the Guardian. And the Guardian is like, yeah, no one's getting by me. Only one person is meant to cross this portal. So Jack is like, I humbly request, can you allow me to go through? So the Guardian denies Jack's request, and basically they get to scrapping. And in this fight, Jack puts up a really good fight, but the Guardian just straight overpowers him. Even Jack admits that he never faced a foe as strong as him before. The Guardian's like, yeah, I've been here eons. You're not messing with me. But Jack he's determined to get what he wants. He's persevering. He's using everything to try to stop this guy. It isn't until he literally is knocked out that, he's basically out for the count. And before the Guardian is getting ready to basically take him out, the portal actually talks to the Guardian and tells him, nah, don't do that. Shows him a future, with Jack. It basically is alluding that Jack is the one to be able to cross this. Despite him losing, Jack has his goal right in front of him. He he fails. He fails throughout the journey. He's kind of constantly redirected at the whim of everybody else. Ultimately, you can see that Jack is persevering and he uses everything within his power to continue to push closer and closer to his goal. I think it can be easy, to romanticize a goal or a vision you have for yourself. And for me, it's establishing myself in the arts. But the underlying side is the work to actually get there, the skill and ability you'll need to pursuing something that you want. I think what this episode kind of was showing me was that you are the pursuit for something that you want doesn't end unless you allow it to. However many roadblocks or hurdles you come across, they're really just that. I resonated with this entering a later stage of my 20s and coming across some personal hurdles that I couldn't cross. And in this sketchbook I'm drawing, it was a part of a club that I joined, and the only goal was to fill it. I feel like I've constantly stopped and restarted my journey or method over and over, and it's really easy to feel defeated, hopeless in these situations. But it also can be easy to acknowledge that these are the steps taken for your progress. Committing to drawing a page each day or focusing on a task at hand. Subconsciously, I'm persevering through trying to come back and realize the goal that I had. And Jack, with his fight with the Guardian, is doing exactly that. He's constantly, every time he gets up, he's constantly trying to persevere, come up with creative ways to defeat and overcome this obstacle. I feel this was an important lesson you can carry with you because Jack had all the right tools, experience to complete his goal. Then and there, this series could have ended. I imagine it was a devastating loss for him, which we don't see the actual aftermath of it. But I can tell you that Jack keeps moving forward, he keeps persevering because his goals haven't been reached. And he acknowledges that there are other paths to get there.